This here is Backwoods Billy, coming to you beautiful Delmarva, Eastern Shore. Remember to click, like, and subscribe to Backwoods Billy Craft Beer Reviews on YouTube. Check me out on Google Plus, subscribe to me as well there. Check me out on Facebook coming soon, it's Backwoods Billy Craft Beer Reviews. Subscribe there as well. Subscribe to me on Twitter, it's Backwoods Billy CBR. You can also email me at backwoodsbillycbr@gmail.com. And I'm doing a wine review today, guys. Backwoods Billy the Hillbilly is kind of getting a little bit of uppity with some wine. I was challenged by Hillbilly Wine 101, which I'll put a link in my description box. Hillbilly Wine, check him out on his channel. It's just some cool wine reviews. Every now and then do a beer review, and he's a good guy. Check him out. It's good wine reviews. Now I'm gonna do a Cabernet Sauvignon by Cato Negro, which means black cat. Cabernet Sauvignon. It's from San Pedro, and this is the 2016 gold medal winner in New York, and this is a double gold medal winner in the 2012 San Francisco competition in wine. It's a red Zin from Barefoot Wines. Now this had a synthetic cork in it, and this has a screw top. Now I put the stopper on this. I'll probably do the same thing with this. I probably don't need to. But we're going to talk about the difference between a red Zin and a Cabernet Sauvignon. A Cab is considered the epitome of wine by your wine connoisseurs. Now, your best regions for the Cab are France, California, and Chile. And Chile has some of the most affordable wines that are actually better than a lot of California wines and better than some France wines. Now, they actually won a wine review as well in 2016. They've been around for 150 years. This is the red Zin Barefoot. This was like $4.50 on sale. These were 2 for $10 on sale, 2 for $9.99, I forget which. Barefoot wines. Now, both award-winning, both affordable wines. You see a difference in them? They're pretty close in color. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, this is going to have more cocoa and a slight bit more pepper to it, and as it warms to it, you're going to get a little bit more of the green pepper notes to it. This should be sometimes astringent. I didn't really get that, and good tannin structure. Both of these had good tannin structure. This had more vanilla notes to it, which to me would symbolize more of it was aged in oak barrel, where this doesn't have that, or at least oak chips in a stainless steel tank. This had more of a fruity or a jammy quality to it, like a lot of fruits to it. This had more of the plum. This had berries. This had more fruity notes to it, whereas this had more pepper notes to it and a lot more cocoa notes. This had some cocoa notes to it and some pepper notes to it, but not anywhere near as much pepper as this. Which one did you think was better?
I think
You like
the cabbie, I think. Only because they don't have a little tiny bit of a
more astringent note to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. At 13.5 versus 13, not a big difference. I think this is actually. I mean, if I would have guessed on the price, I would have said $15. I wouldn't have said a screw top for the bottle. The 20. I would have said on this about $7.99 a bottle on a guess. A lot of fruit, dark fruits, plum. You get that. You get some grape notes to it. Some pepper. This is a lot more. Some cocoa to this as it warmed up sitting here. This is more cocoa. A lot of cocoa notes to this. Dark fruit. And the pepper is very, very faint. This, the pepper is forward. Which really shouldn't be the case. But that's what it is. That's what I'm getting. I'm not going to tell somebody something because that's what it should be. It's what it is with this wine. This is a California wine. This wine is from Chile. We'll try the red Zin first. Let it aerate. As it aerated, a lot smoother, no astringent notes, faint warming. Very faint pepper notes to it, and cocoa, light vanilla, and some wood tannins. Very faint in the background. Now, if you notice, I use my wife's glass so I can tell them apart. In dog wines, I've only had one. She has all these different wines, different things on them. And that way, I've got different red wine glasses, white wine glasses, oversized wine glasses.
Yes, I use
But
them
I
for my
figured-
little wine coolers.
Huh? Use for a wine cooler, that's fine. You could drink it out of orange, you paid for it. So I gotta drink it out of this glass. Or, let me go online, if it doesn't say this beer company's beer on it, even though it's the same glass, it's wrong, bullshit. You drink it out of what you want, you paid for it, you drink it out of what you want to drink it out of. Now, this cocoa, very forward. Fruity, peppery, plums. With this, more of the cocoa, then the fruit, very slight pepper, then the green pepper, and faint vegetable note to it. This, to me, is a smoother wine than this. Between the two, this has more of a bite to it for the astringency quality, or more of a warming quality now as this area, than the Cabernet Sauvignon does. That's my opinion. Typically, this, most people see as more fruity, this people see as more peppery. I don't get that with these two wines. I get that this is smoother in quality, more cocoa notes to it, and I would get this as a smoother wine that if you haven't had a red wine before, you might like this over another wine. This would be something that would be considered an aged vintage, more expensive wine, probably $20 a bottle or more if you were to purchase it. And in my mind, it might be as good as some wines that are a couple $100 a bottle. Of which I've had. I've never had one over a couple hundred. Never had a $1,000 wine. Not a goal of mine. Actually, this is more oily. Actually, this has more bite to it and lighter in body. This has more body to it. See, they're both put the same amount going on, about what, 3 fingers from top. That's all to them. If it was me, and I like Cabernet Sauvignon to begin with, I'm going to pick the Cab. That's just me. I'll have to say, I haven't read Zin in years, and I want to thank Hillbilly Wine 101 for this wine challenge. That's what he wanted me to do a comparison. I got 3 wine videos out. I'm cheap. And I bought a bunch of wine because I like wine. As a matter of fact, I have some wine in Alpa they haven't touched in a while. But I drink more beer because I'm a simpler person and it's cheaper. As a matter of fact, I do a lot of crap. Look at Frick having a dream over there. Do you wake up, Frick?
How many?
Did somebody take a hamburger from you? They stole your hamburger? Let me tell you about my dog. We're off wine for a minute. And we go out and take them for a walk, or when we were first looking for real estate in Shore in Annapolis, we would come back and they'd be hungry. And I'm like, we would stop at McDonald's and get them a couple of cheeseburgers each, right? She'd have like 4 cheeseburgers, and then they get like a sundae and split between 2 or 3 dogs. People couldn't believe I was buying my dogs this much food, and we get a couple of fries and split it amongst them all. Am I right about that? We get the cheeseburgers.
Yeah, not all the time. Just every once in a blue moon.
Sometimes about food, but not all
If
the
they
time.
were very good while we were trying to run around and do some stuff.
Do real estate. We figured we spent all day down the Eastern Shore. We would go and do something nice for them. We did that, and they loved it. Am I right?
Yep.
At the time, we had a husky who's now deceased, and she loved hamburgers. Remember that?
Yeah.
When she wasn't feeling well, she ate the hamburgers. And the little munchkin, who's all of 8 pounds, his mother goes, "Oh no, don't give him the whole hamburger.
You gotta break it up."
I'm like, it's about what he should get, something calories. I give it to him, he started eating it. She's like, oh my God, look at him, he's like you, he's like a beast. They're eating it, and of course, my dog now is 28 years old. He'd eat 2 burgers, like swallow them whole. And they get to the third one and chew it. But she chews her food. The Beagles just ate everything in sight. Stop trying to eat stuff. Matter of fact, we joke, if we took them to an all-you-can-eat buffet, they'd probably take it over. But look at that one's pointing at you, Cuddles.
I'm trying not to pan because
I know, but it's funny because she's pointing. Like normally for people said to me, we have them out. They say, "Are your dogs good rabbit dogs? They look like they'd be good rabbit dogs." The Beagle part, anyway. Like no, they'll find every freaking McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell there's around here now. Actually, they do really well with deer because the deer will run from them. There's rabbit everywhere away from me, but our property, because a few neighbors hunt them and eat them, but I don't see them around here. Turkeys, yes. Deer, yes. My favorite is this one. Both of these will pair well with every red meat there is.
As you digress and then jump back in.
Both will pair well with chocolate, decadent desserts. I would say more so this is my favorite, and the Red Zin. Now, I came into this with a bias, but I said to myself, gold medal. I've liked a couple of the barefoot wines, so I got a few more wines to redo. One's Riesling, and what's we have a couple of white wines.
A special winter one, I think.
Yeah, that was on sale too. We had two.
Well, they all won awards, so we tried to. We picked them up to try.
The thing about it is if you don't have to go out and spend $25 or $100 or $5 a bottle of wine. If you find a bottle of wine for $4.50 and it's talk to the people at the liquor store. They may know, they may not, because it's a crapshoot. But
no, and that there's places like Cheers that have wine tastings every once in a while.
Yeah, some and the wine rack.
Yep, that's what I was talking about. I thought.
Cheers has some wine tastings too. Cheers.
I
to
meant
me,
wine rack. Excuse me.
This is my opinion, and it's partially owned by Evo, so I may get in trouble with this with the beer festivals. I think they're more uppity than the wine rack. Personal opinion. The wine rack, when they have wine tastings, last time they had good food, didn't they? They had some chicken wings. Woo! They had some celery sticks, some cheese, some sandwiches. I wolfed down. Let me tell you something. I at least moved to the side. Had a little wine, moved to the side. And there's people that come in there that are like, let me stand at the counter and just eat everything in sight. So nobody else can talk to the person that's the expert in wine. I'm going to say what it is. If you're just stupid in life, you know what I'm saying? Somebody should educate you a little bit. You know what? Move to the side, eat your stuff, then come back. Don't take the area where everybody else wants to get a sample or talk to a person who's the expert in wine about different wines. Now, I don't know what wine he was the expert in, but it was too fancy for Backwoods Billy, because the cheapest one was like $25. Ooh, there will be some expensive wine. And actually, Kristen, she knows me. She's like partial. She's like, you probably like this wine or this wine if they had. I do buy some wines, just so you know that. And I do buy some nice wines. I don't have a problem buying the least wines, just like when I drink beer. What is I drink Natty Boh a lot, but what's the one I'm drinking a lot lately?
Genesee.
Because it's $12 for a 30 pack. And I'll tell you what, as far as I'm concerned, it's better than a lot of craft beers out there. That's my opinion. Anyway, I like the wine. Check out Hillbilly Wine 101. Sorry it's been on too long. Have an awesome day, guys. And remember to smile, click like, and subscribe to everybody out there, man. Because you know what? Life's short. Have some fun. And stop trying to tear everybody down, man. Have an awesome day, guys. Click like, subscribe to Backwards Billy Craft Beer Reviews.
2 thumbs up?
I give both wines 2 thumbs up. If I had to pick one, because he asked me to pick one, I picked the Cab. Definitely. And I haven't had a Red Zin in years, and I like it. I drink a lot of Cabs and Merlots. That's just me, red wine-wise. I don't have a problem drinking a white Zin, but a white Zin is considered, oh God, no, you're low class from the wine snobs, because they see Red Zin as it. They just leave the grape skins on longer during the maturation process, and what happens is you get a darker wine that's going to have more flavors to it than the white Zinfandel, but it's going to be lighter in body, more fruity than this. If you're just starting out, I would take that. And by the way, if you're in the 21 to 25 crowd, none of these are bright colors, are they? I'm seeing neon lights flashing. Anyway, they said that's what guess what labels are coming back? The more plain labels, the more astute labels are coming back. So the 21 to 25 crowd may be shocked with craft beer, because all the rest of them are going the other way. 2 thumbs up. Have an awesome day.